So we have the next game coming up. It's DeMusliM against Tyler. Both of you, well, know at least DeMusliM pretty well. What about Tyler? Did you see a lot of games lately of him? Like,
no.
What about you?
Well, when I started playing StarCraft, I was just trying out all the build orders from all the different Protosses, and one of the build orders I tried is Tyler's build order, and I helped Thorzane prepare for his TSL game against Tyler as well, doing that 3 gateway double forge. So I knew his build order quite intimately, and I think it was really good because he was taking a very safe expansion, like 3 gate, robo, observer, and double forge expand, but it wasn't very greedy. It worked well because a lot of players were being quite cheesy against him, and eventually he gets a huge upgrade advantage, and you would typically see him with something like 2-2 upgrades. I saw one game of him against Druby, and then his opponent would be like 1-0. So then all you need really is just gateway units, Zealots, Stalkers, Sentries, but once the Terrans caught up a little and started doing double eBay, Armory and so on, they can kind of keep up with him, as we saw in his TSL game against Thorzane. And also, while it's kind of safe, it's not very greedy.
Yeah. So let's have a look on this game. It's Shadow Temple so far. We have no close position included. It's East Almap. About the cross position, what strategy would you in general prefer as a Terran player? Or if you play against Terran, what would you hate the most?
Well, I think Shadow Temple, cross map, it's better than the latter close positions for sure, these positions.
Yeah.
And it's also better than close by air, because Medivacs can get to your base quite easily. And if you are in the middle of the map without preparations of defense, it would take you a long time to get back, especially with how the ramp is designed. So I think that's the best position that Protoss could hope for.
Yeah. By the way, we have to mention it's probably the most important game for DeMusliM on the tournament right now, because he lost against MC. If he wants to go through, he has to win this for sure. And did he already? No, it's the second game he plays at the moment, so he still has to win 2 more games to make it.
Anything is still possible, but you're right that he should almost see this as a very must-win game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a 3-way tie though.
Yeah,
if MC beats everyone.
X-Dot won against Tyler 2-0.
Yeah.
So it's
then Tyler would need to win MC if the Muslim movement is.
Yeah.
So
wow, that would be
a bit hard to rely on anyway.
Yeah.
And yes, since it's cross map, we see both players going for an expansion. DeMusliM going for the gasless expansion, doing a very good block with the engineering bay. But I think Tyler wasn't planning on taking a very quick expansion anyway, because he didn't even scout the eBay on his expansion. And DeMusliM is adding a few more Raxes, 3 more Raxes, yeah. So he's gonna go bio heavy, I think. He told me that he went for a lot of Marines against MC on Shakuras. And he was gonna attack, then he saw 8 sentries, and then he decided it wasn't gonna be good to attack.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
A very nice run by, maybe, if he can do some damage. Against this many Marines, it's gonna be hard if he pulls SCV as well. He's gonna have reinforcements very quickly with these 3 barracks finished now. 1 SCV down, 2, 3.
Wow. Losing way too many SCVs there.
Yeah, he lost 4 SCVs in Marine.
They lose equal amount of resources, but 4 of those were SCVs. Worker count 5 ahead of Protoss, kind of a standard advantage, but
but he has 2 OCs.
Since Ben took his expansion earlier, you would expect not quite as much of a discrepancy between the worker counts.
Yeah. But still, we got 2 mules. It's pretty okay, isn't it? For Terran.
Yeah, of course, anything is possible. I would say that Tyler came out favorably out of that situation. I think Todd would agree.
Yes, killing 4 SCV is always good, but his macro wasn't that good in the meantime. He should have been making more probes, transferring to his expansion earlier. He was focusing on the micro in the main of DeMusliM too much. But yeah, he's pretty even right now. And Tyler already adding a forge. And he's very specific to him, like we know he really likes to play dual forge. No, he only makes 1, not sure why that is. Maybe he's just gonna go for some upgrades on 1 forge, and then when he reaches 1-1, add the Twilight Council and the 2nd forge.
Yeah, so we can see definitely that Tyler evolved his play from last time. He's not doing the very upgrade heavy double forge anymore. He wants to be sure that at least that he can survive. And of course on a map like Shatter Temple, you're gonna need like 4 or 5 force fields to completely block out a Terran army, maybe 4 over here. Yeah. So that's not very cheap use of sentries. So you cannot really rely on abusing the terrain to defend your position. You're gonna need more units and less late game plans just to survive.
Very good hours here by EG.DeMusliM, killing 2 probes before dying. That's always okay for a Reaper, and getting a little bit of scouting, see the probes amount at the expansion and what units are there. Is 3 sentries and 2 zealots. And he's moving forward now with a huge Marine force. I think it's going to be really good on this map because it's very hard to block with a lot of force fields. So Tyler, he has to make a lot of stalkers and some sentries now to be able to force fields at least a few of the Marines and use some Guardian Shield against that many Marines.
And he has Combat Shield.
Yeah, but no Steam Pack.
Yeah.
I think it's just a timing push with Combat Shield, isn't it? So.
Yeah, you need to use the Marines early anyway, because there could be Colossus later, and then they're not quite as good anymore. So he already made him use 4 force fields just for 1 Marine. Very good investment. Is he really just going home?
Yeah, I'm not sure why that is. I guess no Steam Pack makes him not feel that confident.
There's only 1 more Guardian Shield and then 2, 3 force fields left. So.
Yeah, I really think he should have gone in there. There wasn't that many units. Maybe he was afraid there was more units hidden in the back of the expansion, but he could have just used the scan and then see for himself. Maybe he didn't have the energy and didn't want to commit too much to a big attack that early into the game.
Yeah, especially since he needs to play rather safe for this match. Kind of surprised to see this cannon here. Don't really see that kind of stuff a lot.
Was he afraid of the Reaper again, or?
I mean, of course it would help against the Banshee, but it's kind of out of position for that kind of stuff. I think it's mostly just to respect the openness of the expand, and it's something to fall back to if a big Marine Marauder attack comes in.
Yeah, the thing is, when he made the run by into the main, he saw 4 Raxes, so I think that's why he made only 1 Forge, because he was afraid of a big attack, and I think that's why as well he made the 1 cannon, to be able to hold some kind of attack, so that it could help him.
So a few medivacs are coming into the game, so also Vikings are not that far away, even when we have the first Coloss in the game. But
I think it's pretty even right now, but EG.DeMusliM is very comfortable in these micro games, like late game. If he can take a third and be upgrading a lot of his units, we can see 52 SCVs against 54 probes, so I think the Terran has the advantage in that situation.
Yeah. Oh, what did he can? Bunkers, okay.
And almost 1-1 upgrade for Tyler.
He's so fast with upgrading, even from 1 Forge, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to boosting it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Tyler always makes, I wanted to say, quite good use of Chrono Boost, but the funny thing is, the Nexus which is closest to a building is always the one that Chrono Boosted when you have them grouped together typically, so this Nexus is always going to be favored to Chrono Boost the Forge, and ideally I would like to see this Nexus Chrono Boosting it sometimes, because it's just maxed out on energy, but it happens to me too, and way too much of course, but that's something that will eventually evolve in Protosses, I think.
So why don't they change it to the Nexus who got the most energy gets?
Well, that would make the game even easier, right? So
so you don't like it at all?
Well, I'm not necessarily against it, but as long as it is like this, I won't question why it is like that. It would just be something which the gamer would try to improve on, and that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, you're right with that.
Oh, EG.DeMusliM doing some kind of a push now, getting force fielded. He has to be very careful. He's losing a lot of free units, and these units are going to be stuck and will be taken apart.
Wow.
Huge losses there for EG.DeMusliM.
And he was able to load up his units in the medivacs, and he's going to be dropping into the main. But Tyler has a huge supply lead right now. Oh yeah, 73 against 61.
Tyler did not anticipate it. Usually when Terrans are behind, they're going to feel like doing a drop to come back a bit.
He probably can kill the Nexus.
Snipe the Nexus.
Yeah.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, he's losing it for sure.
That's rather painful, especially since EG.DeMusliM just has his third command center up already.
Yeah, now EG.DeMusliM can just play defensive and camp his expansion, maybe make a few bunkers in case Tyler decides to all in.
And knowing EG.DeMusliM, it's probably an orbital command, so that's extra useful, especially when he doesn't get attacked.
I mean, he's already ahead in supply, even when I don't know about the harvester count right now, but I think it's pretty...
Well, we can check.
Even.
So he's ahead in...
even ahead,
Yeah, and he's also ahead in army supply. Oh.
Yeah.
No, it's about
very
equal
careful
army.
with these units, and he's dropping into the main once more, I think. Oh yeah, these units are pretty much stuck there, because he knows there is stalkers around him.
Yeah.
Nice scan there, so he's gonna evade them. There is blink already for the Stalkers, so they have no problem catching up to them if the Medivacs are out in the open.
It's time to make a Stargate, Tyler, otherwise you're going to be standing there for the rest of the game.
Just one Phoenix.
Just one, to lure them out.
Yeah.
And DeMusliM macroing very well. How many barracks does he have? Oh, just 6. I think he should be adding a few Raxes, but I think he's going for upgrade heavy.
He does have 2 reactive starports, 2 engineering bays with currently 1-0 in upgrades.
And Tyler is going to hit the 2 attack upgrade, and I think he might just attack just now.
Just in this moment, yeah, with
just
the 2-1.
finished attack upgrade, perfect timing. He really waited for that, you can tell. And this is going to be his best moment. And I think he might not do too poorly.
Oh, look at the Vikings!
So many Vikings.
Like, really good fast fields.
And he's very good to attack before there is more Vikings, because DeMusliM, he has 2 starports, and the more Vikings he gets, the worse these Colossi are going to be. And very good force fields here, blocking all this army in the back of his expansion, but he lost all his Colossi, so he's not going to be able to do any more against these units. So he just pulls back, which was the smart move. If he would have kept fighting against this army, the Vikings could have landed and just killed all his Stalkers. 100.
What's up?
A bit closer to your mouth. Can you just, you two, like me too. We had to, just a bit closer.
I should swallow the mic, right? I hope that's better.
Yeah, I think it's...
Alright.
Okay, so Tyler now making the 2 armor upgrade on his ground units. I think he's still 2-1, right? 2 in attack.
Yeah, 2-1.
Yeah, so I think he has a lead. DeMusliM almost with the 2 attack upgrade for his Marines.
The first defense upgrade.
And he's moving out. I think he's getting ready for an attack on that gold.
Yeah, he killed a lot of Colossus, so out in the open area he should be able to do quite a big fight. I think he should remove from this ramp here.
Oh, great force fields by Tyler here, blocking a huge portion of DeMuslim's army.
But there are no...
And DeMusliM is really out-upgraded here, but his army should be kind of better. He's 30 foot ahead now.
Yeah.
Stim pack on, just Stalkers without mid-shield.
Against the Marauders, which is really bad.
Yeah, the thing is, the Colossi they die, and then Stalkers against Marauders, it's not very funny to fight this.
And the Stalkers are there mostly for being a ranged unit. It's not because they're so damn good. It's because they're ranged and they back up the Colossus, and then with force field, they stay behind it. With Zealots, you always have that kind of double-edged sword where if you force field, your own Zealots are going to get stuck either before or behind it. But as soon as the Colossus are down...
losing all Stalkers.
Nice ambush there behind the forest.
Yeah, very good interception. And we see Tyler, he's making these Zealot legs. Plus, the 2 armor is almost finished, so it's going to be very good for him if he can get a lot of Zealots. He has a huge supply deficit right now compared to DeMusliM, so it's not looking very good. But if he could get like a very good position and some kind of miraculous fight, then maybe he would have a chance. DeMusliM with the 5 Medivac drops.
He's just gonna
just brought his entire army there.
Take some pot shots at the Zealot.
Killing 2 Zealots. There is no sentries, so no force field, no guardian shield. Oh, it's coming from 2 sides.
Oh, nice.
Very good flank by DeMusliM. Looking to finish the game right there.
Doing the perfect fight positioning here right now, killing all the Zealots. And at least we have the charged Zealots now.
You just made the game.
I was supposed to do that during the game, but I waited until the last moment to use it.
I'm glad I could see the whole screen.
We just showing you that it's possible. So it's a 1-0 lead for DeMusliM, who's playing against Liquid Tyler at the moment.